Hello, guys. Welcome to the Ranking My Music Experience. Nobody's ever done this before. Half of these don't even exist anymore, but that's okay. Hey, that rhymed. But also, most of these are gone, actually, but that's okay because they still exist on YouTube somewhere. Pretty sure these are all in order of which they were released in. So I'm just gonna do it like that. Take a Hike, cult classic. But if I'm honest with myself, it's not really that great. There's a lot of songs that are just super repetitive. It has like 4 good songs, and the rest of the album is the most forgettable thing you'll ever hear. As much as I have a lot of nostalgia for it, I'm not going to be biased about it. I'm going to put it somewhere where it belongs. And I think this is a meh album, realistically. There's not really that many memorable songs. There's like 4 good ones, as I said. Really, the only songs that are good from here is Savior, Nature, Piano, Stranger Than Most. Those are the ones I like, alright? The rest of them, I literally don't care for. I guess technically it would be a bad album then. No, I'll give it meh, just for nostalgia points. The Ambience one, this is my first attempt at making a soundtrack. This is actually, this is not what I'm gonna put it at, but this is actually my first attempt at making like soundtrack songs. In fact, one of the songs called Cold actually made it into Knights of the Phantom, which is a fan game. Was it Return of the Phantom? It was Return of the Phantom version 1, that's right. Then I made Chill for Return of the Phantom version 2. Some of these aren't even songs, more so sounds, and occasionally there's like a really loud song in here, so again, I'm gonna have to put it in meh. By the way, I'm not doing this whole thing with the ordering system. I'm only basing it off of the tiers. Speedway, I mean, at first I really didn't like this album, but it grew on me. I thought this album sucked when I first made it, and then now, looking back at it, it's okay. It's not even on my YouTube channel. Oh wait, actually, I think I know where it is. Right, it would be on Littb2, the channel that doesn't really... Never mind! What the hell happened? Why is it not there anymore? I had a playlist called, the Littb, archive. I'd say it's a little bit better than Take a Hike. Not much better. You know, no, I'll put it there. Inside, I'll say is, okay. It was like it was like my very first experimental album. I was messing with a bunch of different sounds. There's a few really good songs in there, but there's also like a few really bad ones, but for the most part it's decent. I'd say it's okay. This one, shit. Absolute garbage. This is my first joke album. My microphone was absolutely atrocious. My humor back then was literally like edgy, like Filthy Frank humor. Like, it was bad. Like, that album is so bad. I don't even remember it exists half the time. I will not lie to you about that. This one, bad. It's super repetitive. I made it on the phone when I was at my grandfather's house, and so that's why it's not public also, is because I made it on the phone. Is it? Wait, is it public? Is it public? Let me see real quick. No, I don't want to click on that. Yeah, that little clap. There you go. It's really repetitive. There's like one good song in the whole thing. This is a good album. Actually, you know what? I might even put in great. I attempted at making like a metal album, and this is that. This is actually a pretty good album of mine as far as like 2020, 2019 goes. That album is pretty damn good. In fact, it's my best friend's, or one of my best friend's, favorite album, so just for that alone, it just kind of needs to be in the good tier, you know? Weathered, Strange Conflictions, Redemption is one of my favorite ones. I'm Glad You're Here is really good. Disturbed Thoughts is decent. And Before the Rain is an underrated one in my opinion. Yeah, I'd say this is a good album. This one, also good. It's basically Dawn of the Storm before Dawn of the Storm, or after technically, because I started the war, didn't like it, and then I started making Dawn of the Storm, and then after I finished Dawn of the Storm, I finished the war, so it's kind of like both, I guess, like before and after. But the war, I will say, I don't know why I hated it so much, because there's some like songs in there that are genuinely pretty damn good for like 2020 me standards, and I have no idea why I was like, oh, this is so much worse. Like, it's really not. It was just that first song that was bad. but I fixed it in like present day. It's still not a great song, but it's better. The Pinky theme, it's just meh, forgettable. Dead for bad. I really didn't like this one. The way I put it together just didn't make any sense. This one is a classic, but sadly I'm only gonna have to put it in okay. There's really not that many songs from it that are like extraordinarily good. There's a couple, but it has my theme song, like the opening theme for my videos, and that's it. That's like the only song that's even remotely memorable. It's only because I used it for my YouTube intro. Regardless, it's okay. There's more good songs in that than there was Take a Hike or Inside or any of these. This one, also shit. It's another joke album. It's a slightly better comedy, but it's still really edgy and really bad. I still don't... Yeah, regardless, the joke albums are just bad. Downtime, this one's actually a really good album, I'd say. It's mostly a compilation of all the best songs from 2020 and 2019. But because of that, it's a good album. Like, most of the songs that are on here you would not hear in the other ones that are public, so it's fine. My first electronic album, the original version, meh, maybe okay, but I'd put it at good now because I made Spotify versions of Hungry and Polyamorous. The original two, they're really bad because it was my first attempt at trying to use like sampled voices. My lord, it was terrible. It's still up on YouTube now. I need to re-upload it at some point because it's not only is it outdated, but those two songs are just really bad in that album currently. Key to Blue, at first I really hated it. Now it's a good album. Here's a fun fact, when I made Key to Blue, I was so disappointed in what I had made in 2021 because I was just disappointed in how it turned out, to the point where I was like, wow, this is so much worse than Key to, like, the first one. Like, this album right here, this set a standard for me at the time in 2021. I was like, okay, I need to match that quality with this album. And at first I was like, my god, this is nowhere near as good. I don't like this album. And then I was like very close to quitting, but then people started saying that they liked the music, and Key to Blue was actually one of their favorite albums. I was like, holy shit, okay, I guess not. There's a little fun fact, this was almost my last album. So was this one. This came after Key to Blue, because I was just like, screw it, I'll just make my last album like a compilation of these two albums, and then a little bit from this one. So this one, I'll just put it okay because it's literally just a compilation. Poopy Team, man, I really want to put it in meh, but it's just bad because it has David rapping and then me singing. You know, I'll put it here because it's funnier than these two, but it also doesn't have really bad instrumentals like these two. I'll put it in meh. There you go. Meh as well. This was one of my very first EPs that have me singing in it. Outcast, the EP. It did not age well. I've re-sang the majority of the songs on this album like a bunch of times, and yeah, this one's like my very first, so it's really bad in comparison. Victims Erosion, it's okay. It's my attempt at making like a full-on dubstep song. It's not great. Like the first half of it is really bad, and then like the second half of it's good, but you know, who listens that far in? This album was bad. It was a Christmas album. It was bad. That's all you need to know. And while I'm at it, the Halloween album, also bad. This one is a great album. Usually I'd put it up here, but compared to the stuff I can make now, it is not that good. It didn't age poorly, but it also didn't age good. It was like, you know, it's a great album. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not, it didn't age well. The Based Morlo remix, that's a goated song. Morlo made an amazing remix of Based. That is a great song. Highly recommend checking that one out. That one's a bop. It's a shame it's so short. This is bad. It's a soundtrack for a game. It's like 5 songs long, and yeah, it's bad. This, yes, that's the name of the song. It's a great song. I like that song. This album cover is outdated because I made it the colors of my stuff because I'm trying to make my covers more consistent. With color scheme, good, because it's way too long. but see, this is what the new cover looks like. It's the same thing, but with my colors. There's a lot of songs in here that are pretty damn good, but there's also a lot of songs in here that are bad, so because of how long it is, so I'm gonna keep it there. I don't even remember. Lost World's Way, I think this one was called. I don't even remember it. I'm pretty sure it's just meh. It's yeah. I don't even remember the song. That's how meh it is. Valentine's Day album, believe it or not, is actually pretty damn good. I need to re-sing like the vocals for this. Like I'm gonna try to re-upload this as like next year, maybe, like with a remaster or something. This album, believe it or not, is pretty damn good. It's one of my favorite ones, actually. Mellow Out, it's bad. I don't like that song. Satisfaction, goated. I absolutely love this album. The style I chose for it, not my best one, but it's up there. Like, this is one of my personal favorite ones. The Aphex Twin inspired album, Index K. This one is good for the most part. There's like 3 songs in there I don't like, but it's only like 8 songs long anyway. I don't even remember what Breakdown sounds like. I'm just gonna put it in there. Alright, I've decided it is a bad song. I don't like it. Alright, Check Your Style. It's a good song. It's not great. It's one of my first vocal songs, and the lyrics are super repetitive. And there you go. This one, I used to hate it. It's okay. It could be worse, but it's also just not great. Just really bad compared to like stuff that came before it and even after it. This first song, I like this first song a lot. Or I like this song. I even like this song. I like this song. I like this song. This one's mixed. I don't know if I like or hate it. The rest of them I don't care for, but yeah, this album was just it was just meh all around. I'm gonna put it in okay because it technically has better songs than all these. This one, Littb, I like this song. It's a good song. This one, I don't even remember the name of this. What is the name? Outlandish. That's what it's called. There's one part of the song I really like, but that's all I can remember about is that one part. That's the only part of the song I like, so I'm gonna put it in okay. Chaotic Streak, believe it or not, again, it's one of those albums where I was like, it's kind of bad, but it's actually a good album. Like, looking back at it now, it's not amazing, but it's also not terrible. The end felt right. Honestly, I'm gonna put it in okay. That's my depression album. I made that when I was like at one of my low points, and it's good. It sounds good, but the theme, it's kind of iffy. I don't really like. It's a depression album. What do you want me to say? I don't like it because it's a depression album. There you go. That's really all you need to know. It's good, but it's depressing. Kitty, man, this song doesn't even exist anymore. I mean, I still have it, but I'm gonna put it in okay. Miniatures 1. Same. You're a Deadbeat Loser. I'd put it in good. Has decent vocal tracks. I thought about remastering it because the vocals are kind of outdated and I could sing better than I did, but other than that, good album. A Return of the Phantom version 2 soundtrack. I'm gonna put it in okay because it's a soundtrack, therefore it's pretty boring. Back in Action, yeah, that's fine. Because this album was one of the very first ones to actually pop off. Well, this was technically my first one to pop off. The rest of them didn't really get anywhere, but this one in particular was my first popped off one. And then this was my super popped off one. I'm pretty sure this is still my most popular album of all time. I'm pretty sure. Yep. I don't understand why this one's my third most popular. I hate this album. I hate the original version of this album. I like the new one, but I don't like this original version. You could even tell based on the art that's outdated. Look at the new cover. It is so much better than this piece of shit. What's up with her? It's okay. This song, goated. I love Glam 80. One of my best songs. Wait, is this I Like Your Love? No, this is Ready for Your Love. It's okay. Refreshed? It's meh. Honestly, I didn't really like that album. There's like maybe 2 songs in that whole thing that's actually good. Pixelation compilation. It's a compilation. It's... Where do I put this? It's okay. Can't Let Go. Absolutely goated. One of my best songs. Shit, I just realized Stick With Me is missing. Hang on, I gotta add Stick With Me. Load, I really need to piss. I need to finish this video. Fourth Day of Heartbreak. It's okay. It's a collaboration between me and White Ribbon, also known as Sonic0023, also known as Sword Art IRL or something like that. I don't know. He keeps changing his name. But, Joe. There you go. The experimental track. I'd say it's good. It's a good song. And yes, that is an AI art cover, but I only, I drew the original image. I just put it in an AI filter just to be, oh, look at that. It's experimental. Therefore, I'm going to use this thing to make it look weird. I did the same thing for this. Because this is experimental track 2. And this is also experimental track 2, but it's the remastered, re-sung version. Dark Heart, I don't know why I used a thumbnail for this drawing, but cover. Honestly, I'd say it's a good album. Most of the songs in there are just instrumentals for vocal songs I'm working on. Mighty Lady Rabbit, oh yeah, this is a great song. This song I still find pretty funny. It's a joke song, but it's one that's not edgy because it's new. It's a newer one. It's the newest joke song. Randomized Stylings. It's good. Yeah, I'd say it's good. Like, it's more retro and chill, but yeah. The instrumental for Can't Let Go actually came from this album, but it sounded much different. And then there's a rock version of Pop, which is the song that it originally was. And then the rock version of Pop turned into Can't Let Go. The instrumental is slightly different because Dad added stuff to the new instrumental for that. Speaking of pop rock version, I'm gonna put this up here with it. Actually, no, I'll put that in great. Kick It, forgettable. I'm just gonna put it in meh. Experimental track 2, bad. This is the original one. It's bad. You can't understand a thing I'm saying. New version, I would honestly put in good. It's a good song. It's called The One That Holds Me. I kind of wrote it. I didn't really care about the lyrics that much because I wrote it off the top of my head, but it sounded okay. It sounds good. Not my best singing because I was sick when I was singing it, but I'd say I did a good job for being sick. I'm just saying. I Like Your Love. I've never liked this song. It's from this album, which is a great album. I love this album, but this song particularly, I never liked it. I never liked I Like Your Love. I never liked this song. I'm gonna keep it in meh because I really don't like it. But the album is goated. I love this album. I still think it's my most underrated album because the way it turned out makes me so happy, but nobody listens to it. Calmex EP, it's bad. I tried to make a calming album. There's 2 songs in it that are good. It's not good. And the album cover sucks. I just threw my logo over a picture that I took of a graveyard. That's it. The Cream remix. It's good. It's a good remix. Not as good as the original, but it's good. Shade. I like this album a lot. It means a lot to me because it has, it's a vocal album that has pretty depressing lyrics, but I wrote it in 2021 based on real events in my life, and so this is a pretty personal album. It's not the greatest album ever, but as far as message and lyrics go, I'd honestly say it's one of my better vocal albums. You Got This? I'd put an okay. This song is bad. I don't like this song. Basic 1 is kind of basic. Yeah. There. I said it. Very, surprising, I know. Why is this here? Okay, well, I guess I'm doing this one. This one I'd say is good. No, I'd put an okay. There you go. That's not the final album. That's the scrap songs from the final album. They're just okay. A lot of them I scrapped for a reason, and there you go. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Or Misfits, it's a great album. I like that album a lot. It's not my best, but it's also not my worst. I'd say it's pretty good. I'm sorry I'm not really going into depth about these, but look how many albums I have. You really want me to sit here and talk about every single one of these at a time? It would be like a 4-hour-long video. Yeah, I'm not doing that. This is just a collection of scrap songs, but I put it in okay. There's a lot of good songs in there. There's a whole lot of bad ones. So the One remixes, Also goated. I love this. I love this album so much. Underrated as hell. That's all I'm saying. Underrated as hell. As far as my albums go. I mean, yeah, technically all of them are underrated because I don't have a following, nor do I have fans. But that's besides the point. The 5th anniversary of Take a Hike. It's the same thing with more 2019 songs, but I'm going to put it in good because it has a lot of songs from 2019. Stick with me, goated. I know I wasn't there yet, but I'm going to put it there anyway. Miniatures 2, okay. The Collective, Part 2. It's, not as good as the original one. Not even close. I'm gonna put it in meh, honestly. There's maybe no, because there's actually good songs that, you know, I'll put it like at the top of okay. This album, goated. I love this album. Like, it's my latest album, but it's done so well. Like, this album is probably my most popular one by numbers, because every single audio video that I made for it, like, look at this. Okay, look at this. 98 views, 35 views, which isn't great, 234 views, 89 views, 237, 310, 324, 145, and the album itself is 140. That is a lot of views for my stuff, and that dog is annoying as hell. Yeah, this album, I'm pretty sure statistically, is my most popular one. Yeah, look at these views, like 83, 43, see, this is my typical views. This album popped off, like, seriously, my final album, I was like, oh my god, why is my final album the one that finally gets me attention? What the hell? But I'm not complaining, because just like a week ago I had like 300 and something subscribers, now I'm at 423. Like, damn, that album popped the fuck off, god damn. I physically can't do Never Heard, because of course I heard it because I made it. And here is my final rating. This is final because, well, this is like literally every album I've made. It's not even every album I've made, because there's a lot of 2019 and 2020 ones that aren't there, but basically every single one is there. Almost every single one is there. And yeah, some of these age like milk and other age pretty good. I'm gonna stick by this. Nobody asked for this video, but I need something to upload that actually has me talking in it for once instead of just music. So there you go. Goodbye.